spit the best takes out like AI. Artfully intelligent, I can't write mine. Rhyme citing your girl's DMs like Messi after the goal time. That was a triple entendre, did you catch me rambling? Flipping Simone Biles, we the bottom line champion.
I need my hands. Let's go,
street pro, bottom line. Flow, canteen, hot take, J and O. Sports professor, you know. Yo, street professor, I'm back, baby, like I never left. Bottom line, flow, canteen, hot take, Jake and O. Street! Stop!
Go hard, or go home. Go home. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down. You a squad, now you're looking man down. Funny how foes turn to friends now. Drive a race car like a Atari now. Call filling up, I need product again. Treat the business like a playground, might slide on you. Do me wrong, might slide on you. Do a backflip, cause I'm mad rich. I'm the definition of what that is. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home. I'm a warrior, I go back to back, then go back to back. If I top the top, then a double back, and I'm topping that. Yeah, I beat my own records. Yeah, I gotta get money fetish. Same team, I don't set trip. Never dull, this electric. Went and put the Ricks on my toes. Me and bro, that's the give and go. Stay 100, end zone. Keep them coming. I know. I won't flood my wrist, no, I'm not dumb like that. No. I just wanna give my mama 100 racks. Go hard, or go home. 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 Touchdown like the end zone. When the circle turn to my home, can't get me out of my zone. Go hard, or go home. Go hard, or go home.
What up? It's the Bottom Line Sports, episode 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Zone like the end zone.
I know that's your favorite part, Canteen. Touchdown like an end zone.
Hey, the end zone.
Zone.
Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now.
Hey,
Episode 123. Welcome to the show. 1,500 on the Facebook group. Appreciate everybody joining. Like right now. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We're here to go hard or go home on the Bottom Line Sports. I am the Flo. I got over there dancing around. He's a little happy today. That's Omar, the sports professor, down here. That's Canteen, and the man, the stat man. And we're missing somebody. We're missing Jake somewhere.
Oh, you already know, as always.
He probably asleep.
Probably sleep.
He probably throwing chips, man. He probably throwing chips right now. Probably throwing potato chips.
He's still waiting on the Lakers. Lakers in 12, Lakers in 14, or whatever.
Lakers in 45. Here we go.
Welcome to the show. 1,635 on the Facebook group. Appreciate everybody joining the show. And we're gonna try to hit 2,000. The Canteen wants 2,000 by beginning of football season. Let's see what happens.
Labor Day.
Labor Day.
Want 2,000.
Woo, let's go. Welcome to the show. We're on all of the platforms. If you're watching this on Instagram, we're going to lose you in about an hour or so. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's actually been going longer than an hour now. So.
Oh, has it? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, it's been going over an hour for me every time.
Okay, that's good.
Hey, Flo.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, Flo, you got that other... Hey, Flo, you got the other background track? Not this, there's another one.
The other one? This one?
Remember you play the other background track? Yeah.
This one? Tell me, like, is it this one?
It's real mellow.
No? Not that one?
I don't hear it yet.
You don't hear
It's
it?
another one.
Okay. How about this
It's
one?
another one.
I'm gonna try this. This one.
I hear this one, but it's another one, though.
How about this one?
Hold on. I'm waiting on it.
Okay.
It's like Flo, it goes do.
This one's kind of...
that one. Yeah. That's the one.
Oh, okay. You like this one. Number 3?
Yeah, that's the one.
Not bitter. Okay.
That's the one,
do
bro.
this one. Canteen gets to pick the background track.
That was a while.
Took you a while to figure out what song it was. It's only 3
mellow, bro.
Hey, this was number 3. Just say number 3. Number 1 was your favorite.
Number 3.
2, the one I showed you earlier.
Oh.
This one's...
And then this one.
There's only 3 out.
Okay, we're chilling today. Let's go.
Chilling, bro.
All right, let's go.
Ooh,
All right.
my brother.
Hey, welcome to the show. Get that all the pleasantries out of the way. I know Omar's excited about the Celtics. We're going to talk about them in a minute. Making the NBA Finals. Excited about that. So we're going to talk a little sports today. Hey, let's go into Omar's. I want to come up with a name for this segment. The professor's mixed bag, since you didn't take that as the show name for your other one.
Hey, you can do that. I like that. I really did like the mixed bag. It wasn't that
I did too.
I really did. But
that was my suggestion.
I know, but the mind of the professor was voted on by my boy Dave Dubois. Shout out Dave. He's a former military buddy of mine as well. He's dealing with ALS. Go support him if you can.
So this is
he has ALS Soak Challenge. But anyways, he gave me that idea, and my mom voted for it. My mom voted for it too. So right. I had to give the people what they want. And
you should have told your mom that I came up with mixed bag, and she would have voted for that one.
Well, see, what I'm going to do
What's up, Daniel?
I'm going to add the section just like you called mixed bag.
Okay.
So don't worry, I'll incorporate it somehow. But mine to the professor just matched too well. Okay. And thank you to everybody that tuned in. Oh my goodness, what a response. I had over 30 people live at all times. Okay. I've gotten so much great feedback from people. So thank you so much to everybody who tuned in to the Mind of the Professor.
Well, speaking of the Mind of the Professor, we're going to go into the Bottom Line Sports, the Professor's mixed bag of sports.
Woo!
There we go. We're going to talk NHL playoffs, and then Canteen, if you got anything, which I know you don't because it's hockey, but if I got anything, and then we're going to talk a little baseball, and then we're going to do Omar, you can just put in a mystery sport, something you want to talk about that's been on your mind, maybe that you want to add after baseball. If you don't have anything prepped, that's fine.
No, you know what's funny is I actually have multiple things prepped for today that are not.
Okay. Well, pick your best one. We're not going multiple. I'm giving you one, Omar.
That's fine.
So bring one up after baseball, and this will be the Professor's mixed bag of sports.
Woo!
All right, go Professor. Give us the NHL.
Yes, so the NHL, again, we're in the conference finals, and these series are heating up. They are both at 2-1. The Rangers a couple nights ago won 5-4 in overtime.
Rangers.
It was a really good, strong victory. They are up 2-1. They go to play Florida tonight. Again, these teams are so evenly matched. We expect the Panthers to win at home, especially with their goaltender Sergei Bobrovsky is just awesome. So Florida should win tonight to even up the series. Last night, Edmonton versus Dallas. Edmonton, heartbreaking. They just cannot close it. Their power play is having issues. They had 3 goals in the first period. The Stars come back to score 2 in the second. The Edmonton Oilers scored another one late in the second, but then the Stars just rained them out in the third period. Jason Robertson had a the hat trick of 3 goals, and the Dallas Stars emerged with the victory there in that game, 5-3. So now they are up 2-1. Can Edmonton come back? We'll have to see. Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl are definitely going to have to step it up. If not, we will probably see Dallas versus either New York or Florida. But I hope both go 7 games. It'll be better than what the NBA showed.
Okay, and I'm going to delve into the mind of the professor a little bit here in sports here. So, as you know, a lot of times these, conference championship, they come kind of in spurts, and so a lot of times the same city will have the same champion. The Rangers won last year. The Stars could take this year, or at least go to the finals. The Mavs have a strong chance of going to the finals. Dallas. So the Cowboys, maybe. I know you've seen that before. I mean, there's some kind of weird thing where a city or a town or an area gets all the different sports into the finals, or at least into the finals, if not the championship. What do you think?
Flo,
is there something to that?
I mean, when did you turn into Mr. Stretch Armstrong, son? How did you get from there to the Cowboys in September?
Dallas. They're in Dallas.
Man, you know what? I give you one thing. You are a diehard fan. You will talk.
I'm just trying. I'm trying to. I need Omar. I need some hope. I need some hope, Omar. Can you give me a little? Haven't you seen that though? That some like Florida. I think one year Florida, the baseball team won, and then a team from Florida won the Super Bowl or something. I don't remember, but there's like a correlation there a lot of times, many years, right?
Now
I'm not just dreaming this up. I mean,
no, you're not. You're not. There is there has been a correlation recently of cities, either basketball, football, baseball, or hockey, having multiple teams winning the championship. And you know what, Flo, again, you know my dad's a Cowboys fan. I hope that you're right. But I hate to burst your bubble. Most people are saying that Dallas Stars would go with the Texas Rangers victory last year. And so that would not bring you any further luck. So.
Okay, that's fine. Well, anyway, hopefully, wishful thinking.
Wow, was that a stretch? Jeez Louise, you're good. Damn.
Hey, I'm trying here. I need a little help here. Man. Okay, so anything for the professor, Canteen, for NHL? That's National Hockey League.
No NHL, no hockey stuff. But what's hot in baseball, Omar? I want you to hit a few baseball
what's hot in baseball
topics, man. What's hot in baseball, bro?
Oh man. Well, first of all, let me apologize to you, Ken. Ronald Acuna.
For the year.
Wow.
He is out for the season. This is not in the same knee either. It's in his other knee from the one he tore 2 years ago. This is horrible. Even though I hate the Braves, I do not like to see anyone go down with an injury, but especially such a young and superstar talent that is fun to watch, like Acuna, who just got back into the groove of things with his 41 home run, 73 stolen base campaign last year that won him the MVP. And now for this to happen is horrible. I feel bad for him. I'm wishing him the best.
Right.
But as someone himself who has had surgeries on both knees, it's going to be hard for him to come back from.
So Professor, we obviously know that they're a really good team. They were one of the favorites, to go to the World Series, or at least get close. How big a blow is this for them, or can they? I mean, are they deep enough where they can recover and still make a good run?
It's gonna be rough. They already 6 games behind.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. Are they deep enough? Yeah. Sure. The Braves have a very strong farm system, but they were already going 6 games down behind. It's not like, and again, it's not like Acuna was having the best season. He had 250. He was hitting 250 batting average with 4 home runs and a 730 OPS. So he wasn't really having a great year to his standards, anyways. And they have a deep farm system, but this is a huge blow to their psyche, especially after losing Spencer Strider, their best pitcher for the year. Now you deal with this. It's a hard blow. They're down 6. They're down 6 games. I don't see it. I don't think so. I think the Phillies, if Hot Take Jake were here, he'd be happy. I think the Phillies look too strong in that division.
And the caveat on what Omar just said, Flo, you got to look at the Nationals are 12.5 games behind. The Mets are 15 games behind, and the Marlins. So I don't think there's any room for growth. I think the Phillies are going to have a field day and take that whole division, man.
Wow.
The NL East. Easy.
Okay. I agree, and the Mets suck. On that note, shout out
what
my
up,
dad.
Ruben?
And hey, thanks a lot for making me a Mets fan. I really appreciate that. We suck.
We're all good. Hey, so go ahead. Anything else in the realm of Major League Baseball we need to talk about?
So Jay can be happy that his Yankees are on top. His Yankees are ahead by 1.5 a game, so he can go on about that. Shout out to Jake for that.
That's what I was going to say next. Thank you, Ken. Ken doing my job for me. I don't even got to do it. That's exactly what I was going to say next.
This could be yours. It could be a tag team spot between you two.
Hey, I like it. I think we should. The Yankees, yeah, he's right though. Yankees and Phillies. That's what Hot Take Jake wants, right? So there you go. It's looking quite like it right now. Yeah. Now let me throw a couple wrenches in the plans. Because the Guardians and the Royals, y'all. The Guardians and the Royals. The Guardians are 9-1 in their last 10. They are 18-4 in their last 22. So they are playing at a high clip. The Royals are 8-2 in their last 10, and they are also, I believe, 14-6 over their last 20. So 2 teams playing really hot there in the AL Central. Watch out for them. The O's from Baltimore. Still in contention. So your Rangers are luckily in a down division where the Mariners are only 3 games above 500 and first. So you are only 3.5 games behind and can still come back, Flo. So hope that
I like how you put that. You put that little slide in there in a weak division. I like how you put that in there.
No, the only reason I said that was because the Mariners are leading the division with only 3 games over 500. It wasn't meant as a slide. It was just just using the standings as whatever. But anyways, and then the Dodgers, 33-22. The losers of 5 in a row come in and beat my Mets this afternoon with 3 runs in the 9th, making us look like the crap that we are. And I'm not happy right now after that happened. Oh, and the most important news of the day, not even baseball player or team related, Angel Hernandez.
Retired.
Much maligned umpire.
Much maligned for sure.
Retired today. He may be he may be the umpire or the ref or the official who has gotten the most crap that I've ever seen in my life.
To the pleasant, or everyone was in the baseball realm who hates him were pleasantly surprised with that.
Man, the internet was quite vitriolic today when it came to Mr.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
The internet is ruthless sometimes, man.
But you know what the bad part is?
No love, love, bro.
I'm gonna look at this.
No love.
Sides. First of all,
okay.
Angel Hernandez. It's not that he was a bad umpire per se. Yes, he made a lot of horrible calls. But if you look at the actual measuring of umpires statistically, he ranks in the middle of the pack, average. So he's not. There's a lot of umpires that are worse than him. His problem is that he always doubled down and he always threw people out when they got mad because his calls were horrible. So it's like, okay, you make bad calls, which every umpire makes. All officials do. All umpires, officials, NFL, NBA, they're all horrible. So he made bad calls. But then when you're an ass about it, then people don't seem to like that. Now, the MLB, this is the inside story I got from my source. Mike Wiebe, MLB insider. He tells me that the MLB actually went to Hernandez before the season started and asked him to quietly retire and step away. Again, not even the worst umpire. So why they would have done that, we don't know. Then reports come out this morning that Hernandez is sad because his daughter and his wife keep seeing the stuff online and want him to retire as well. So a buyout is being worked out, and he will not umpire another game again. Some people would say good riddance. I will not say that.
Right. Okay. You got anything else for the professor?
You did, bro.
Okay. Anything else for Major League Baseball there, Professor, that needs to be taken note of?
No, not really. I think that's about all the noteworthy news right now.
Now, I do have one question. When it is, because we know that when the playoffs start, but when is the key time in Major League Baseball where teams kind of solidify where they go? Is it after All-Star break, before, or? Yeah, okay. I'm just saying, in your experience, like, when do teams kind of solidify their positions and start to really, you can really see who the team is and who they're going to be, and they're pretty, because at a certain point, you have so many games that you can't catch up, right? And so, when is the time of year is the best time to really see what teams are going to be going into the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, Ken is right in one way. The All-Star break is a barometer because it is that half point of the season, and really you're going to already know by then what is what. That being said, most Major League teams, when they look at their sort of evaluation of when they're going to start trading players, if they're a seller or if they're in contention and they're going to be a buyer, when they start talking to other teams, there's obviously a trade deadline in the MLB. So with that being the case, most teams like to look at their season in quarter marks. So you're looking at 1.5 months, 2 months. Technically, you're looking at around 40 games. And 40 games is where teams kind of know, okay, this is where we're kind of headed. And like with the Mets, right? We're 50 games in now. We're 22-30. We're not going to make the playoffs. I can tell you that right now. So I already was thinking this morning. I said this morning, we need to trade everybody. There should only be a few people.
Trade everybody.
Trade everybody. Get as many young players as possible. So I would say the 40-game mark is usually quarter. 25% of the season is where teams usually look at their squads.
Okay. And is there a time where teams after the All-Star break and end of the season where they can kind of pick up and make a run, or is it typically by that time, once we get to that close to the playoffs, the team it's not going to be a lot of movement?
Well, so luckily we get the All-Star break earlier in July, and then the trade deadline is until July 30th. So that's fair. During that time frame, teams, as I mentioned, even have more of a barometer because now you're halfway through the season. So now you really know, okay, we either have a chance or we don't. What are we going to do over the next month in terms of either getting rid of players or getting players to solidify our team? Okay,
that's fair. All right, so as you think of your sports, Professor, your kind of mixed bag of your mystery kind of sport you want to talk about, looks like we got a guest here, a friend of the show, and I think this is the song that I picked for him. Let me see here.
We have a friend.
Yeah, we have a friend of the show here. Here we go.
Here? I'm excited. Who's here? Show me. Show me who they
are. He's the only. Here he is. You love him. I love him. The show loves him.
If they want the smoke, then yes, no jokes, boy, it's up.
Tony the Savant.
Back to back, I like plays on my moves, it's tough. Watch them all die out. I've been
bringing the W's. That's your song, Tony. W's and bankrolls, baby.
Plays out the books. Little bit of prayer, hard work, that's all it took.
Hey, Tony the Savant is here.
What up,
What's up, Tony? What's up? Good to have you on the show. Hey, you're.
First of all, no one can hear you.
What up, bro? What's happening, man?
Can't hear you, brother. Can't hear you, brother.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I put my mic on mute. What's good, fellas?
Hey, what's
I mean,
good?
second of all, how you gonna come in here looking like the Black Unabomber? What is happening?
Hold on, man.
I said I'm on my wild card.
Right now,
I'm the wild card.
Black Unabomber. Wow.
You remember the Unabomber had the hoodie and the little?
I get it. But the Black
Who
Unabomber.
remembers the Unabomber? That was way back in like the early
dark skinned
90s.
Unabomber. What are we talking about?
Before what he said the Black Unabomber. The Black Unabomber.
Right.
Omar said the Black Unabomber.
Well, the Unabomber was white, wasn't he?
You good, man?
I don't know. I think he was white. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, I think he was white, and he was wearing shades, and he didn't have the hoodie on. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe we're old enough to remember that. That's the problem.
Yeah, I'm Tony
exactly.
McVay, man. Tony
All
McVay.
right, welcome to the show, Tony. Go ahead, Professor. Give us your mixed bag, your surprise sport topic.
Yes. So, y'all, I got some really crazy stuff going on in the what? The PWHL. Who the deuce are you asking the professor? What is that? That is the Professional Women's
Hockey League.
Okay.
And the Mr. Freeze is back.
It's Minnesota versus Boston. Baby. Oh my goodness! In Game 4, it was a chaotic ending. Minnesota thought they won the championship with a goal in the last few minutes of the game, but unfortunately, it was called off due to interference. One of their skaters was ruled to have ran into the goalie. They had come out on the ice. They had thrown helmets and sticks and celebrating and everything, only to be called back, waved off. Boston comes and scores a goal within 90 seconds, and now they're going to the Game 5, last game of the series. Wow.
2-2 Minnesota versus Boston. Oh, man.
It's been crazy.
Mr. Professional Women's League?
The Professional Women's Hockey League, the PWHL.
Professional hockey.
I did not know that existed.
Wow, man.
I mean, Canteen barely knows there was hockey existed.
Me neither.
But the women's hockey, I
know. They call me the sports professor, all right?
You're trying to play me, man. Right? I told you about
some badminton.
Look, man, look.
Cricket.
No, I'm just stop doing it. You gotta stop.
I'm just messing with you, man.
You be trying to try me, bro. You know I don't do no flow hockey. I don't do no tennis. You know so come on, man.
All right, Professor.
Don't start tonight, man.
All right.
That's why they call me the professor, baby. I watch everything. Women's hockey, badminton.
So, Tony, you got any questions about women's hockey?
When did it start? When did this happen?
Ooh, nice question.
When was the PWHL invented?
Yeah, the creation of the league.
Yeah,
Professor.
Yeah, no, it was actually created.
Don't Google it.
You're damn right I'm going to Google it.
Real cool.
It was created.
Everybody can Google it, Professor.
Well, and it was created in 2019 after the collapse of the Canadian Women's Hockey League.
Oh, man. Okay. All right.
Ooh.
All right, Professor. That's the professor's mixed bag of sports.
That's why they call me the professor, baby. Got that genius level IQ. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, so let's move on. We're going to be heavy NBA the rest of the show. We're going to be heavy NBA.
Baby. Let's go.
Well, before we get in too far into it, you guys' thoughts, everybody go around the horn. We can go Professor, Canteen, and then Tony. Of course, we lost one of the greats in the NBA, in basketball itself, probably one of the greatest college players of all time. A case could be made. His professional career derailed by injury. But Bill Walton. Shout out to Bill Walton. Rest in peace. One of the greats. Only 71, I believe, Omar. Your thoughts on him? He had a great college career. He did come back, and he was the sixth man of the year, even though after his injuries, he came back with the Celtics, won the sixth man of the year, and won another title. And, he even had a little bit of a broadcasting career. Give us your thoughts on Bill Walton, the basketball player.
Yeah. Y'all know that I'm a Celtics fan. I'm very hurt today.
Wait, you're a Celtics fan?
Breaking news.
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
And I just want to say rest in peace.
Yes.
To one of my favorite people ever in this world, and I've never even met him, but he was on my top 5 bucket list of people that I wanted to meet. Before,
wow.
I expired, and unfortunately, I was not able to do that. But from all accounts, he's one of the most amazing people ever to live. He lived with such a joyous personality. You mentioned his broadcasting. He's had cancer for who knows how long, but he never showed it. He never talked about it. He was always happy and laughing on camera. And I didn't even know, and a lot of us didn't know at all. And so it's very sad. I feel for his family, for him. Again, an activist, a person who cared about people, that wanted to advance the people. You can call him a hippie or whatever you want, but he tried to help people.
He was definitely a hippie. He was a hippie. You can call him a hippie. Yeah.
And you know what? Again, he may have played, and I should have been a hippie. I should have gone to Woodstock. But anyways,
anyway,
Walton played at obviously my favorite school, UCLA. So he had 2 titles there, and then he had 1 title with the Boston Celtics, my favorite team. So obviously, I am very well, knowledge of the great and greatest 6 man of all time, Mr. Bill Walton. Rest in power, sir. Again, I wish I would have had the pleasure to meet you, but thank you for everything.
Right. Okay. Ken, any thoughts on Bill Walton?
Man, Flo, you got a caveat on him being a 1977-1986 NBA champion, 1977 MVP. The guy ended up being 6th man of the year in 1986, UCLA alum, man. He brought a lot to the table, one of the greatest commentators. So what you have to look at in this whole situation, man, is resiliency. The tendency to bounce back whenever you go through a trial and tribulation. And he went through cancer, he went through this, he went through that, but
a lot of injuries.
He was resilient, man, and he was phenomenal, man. And shout out to his family. I mean, he was great. He was awesome, man. I mean, he did what he did.
Right.
But like I said, man, the greatest thing that stood out to me about him was resiliency. And that you can go through anything, Flo. You can bounce back, bro. You can bounce back.
Okay. Yeah, he went through a lot.
Okay. All right. Tony, any thoughts on Bill Walton?
Of course, rest in peace to the legend. One of the Celtics greats, one of the Portland Trailblazer greats. I believe.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Portland Trailblazers, yep.
I think he led them to their only championship in franchise history. So,
that's got Finals MVP that year, too.
In the Finals MVP.
And that was after the Portland Trailblazers fans, after they hated him because they thought he was faking injuries.
He actually beat the high-flying Dr. J's 76ers, I believe, in that year. They were Go ahead, Tony. Continue.
Just larger-than-life figure, man. I wanted to make a mention that I grew up in the Luke Walton era. When I learned of Bill Walton, it was because I was watching young Luke on the Lakers, and they would make a mention of his dad. So of course, being a sports fan, I researched his dad, and long before my time, but just a legend, a larger than life figure. I love Bill Walton because he was able to reinvent himself so many times over, from being a big college player to a franchise leader to a 6-man to a broadcaster. I really fell in love with him when he was covering the college games, and he'd just be he'd be doing his antics on the sideline,
right.
So of course, we in the sports world, the basketball world, we lost a legend in the game, but Bill Walton left such a legacy that you can kind of take some of his stuff, take some of the things from his life and kind of keep his legacy going on by living it out yourself. So he definitely was a guy that you can look forward to, and again, rest in peace to the legend, man.
All right, rest in peace to the legend Bill Walton. Great college career. Like I said, probably he could be up there as one of the greatest college careers. A 2-time NCAA champion. He won the most outstanding player 2 years in the NCAAs.
Right there with Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark.
Yeah. Okay, they're not going to talk about that. But anyway, so I think one of my first one of my first memories of watching the NBA was him on the bench, and coming in, of course, the sixth man in 1986. But seeing this guy, I didn't know who he was either. Like you said, you had to research him. But when I saw, back then I saw this big, tall redhead. Who's that guy? He'd come in, he'd do, some good things off the bench and whatnot. And they won that championship that year. I was kind of rooting for the Lakers. I believe he played the Lakers that year. I'm trying to remember. But anyway, I kind of was a Magic guy, and I kind of liked the way he played and the way he passed. And so I didn't really like the Celtics per se. But yeah, I remember seeing him, and he would be clapping and laughing and having a good time off the bench. One of those guys supporting his troops. But yeah, that's one of my first memories of the NBA was watching him on the bench, come off the bench, and things like that for the Celtics. I didn't even know he played at that point for the Trailblazers. I didn't really know a lot about him, but yeah, shout out to him and a great career, college, NBA, and as a broadcaster. And may you rest in peace, Bill Walton. All right. All right. So LeBron James. Yeah.
Hey, you mentioned he was a broadcaster. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to share one of his immaculate calls of all time, if you wouldn't mind. He's a very quirky.
Go ahead. You've got 30 seconds, Omar.
What he's done to this franchise.
You're on the clock.
Yeah. What a being he is.
Yeah, it's kind of in and out
today. Yeah, it's Beethoven's Symphony No. 3 in E flat, which escorted in the age of romanticism and music.
All right, if you can't hear it, then I don't want to ruin the stream. But anyways, just go listen to some of his greatest. That's okay.
Calls.
Yeah, go ahead and just go listen to some of his greatest calls.
Yeah,
that was just him talking about Boris Diaw. Even though Diaw was a 8.4 rebound guy, he was talking about how great of a player he was, and just talking about how he was watching like Beethoven. And it's just the funny things that he said that made him, rest in peace. Also,
hey, shout out to Boris Diaw, man, an underrated player.
Grayson Murray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then by the way, Grayson Murray, a professional golfer.
Okay.
Unfortunately, took his life. Committed suicide at the age of 32. So we wish his family the best. He was dealing with mental health issues and stuff like that. So, Grayson Murray, rest in power as well.
Omar?
Grayson Murray.
Okay. Shout out to
He's a two-time PGA Tour winner, 30 years old, and unfortunately, was dealing with a lot
very
of
young guy. Yeah, so shout out to him. Prayers for him and his family. Yeah. All right, so LeBron James, he's going to be a free agent. People are talking about him leaving LA. I think Tony posted something about it on one of his things, and so we'll go reverse order. Tony, Omar. Okay. Okay. We're going reverse order anyway, Omar. So you're good. But anyway, thoughts on him leaving LA? Is this a legit thing? Is it just kind of immediate thing? LeBron's trying to trying to get the most he can out of the Lakers. Could this be legit that he could actually leave, and where would be the best place for him if he did leave? Go ahead, Tony.
So I got a word that he's only opting out, to take some attention away from Luka. But he will be opting into a 3-year deal.
Okay.
You hit the nail on the head, Flo. We know how LeBron James is, man. He thinks he's a shrewd operator, but we know how he is, man. Why would you announce that you a free agent the day after Luka hit probably one of the biggest shots in NBA history with that 3 over Rudy Gobert? So respectfully, I've been.
You don't like the shine going anywhere else, there, Tony.
Yeah, and we've been seeing this for years. When the Nuggets and Nikola Jokic was going on their run, he was retiring all of a sudden.
Right.
So, like I say, I've been studying LeBron for a little while. I know this is just a grab the headlines move, but ultimately, I got word that he's gonna opt back in on a 3-year deal and hold the Lakers hostage a little bit longer.
Right. So if there was a chance he might go, where could he go, Tony? What do you think?
Well, it's a lot of assets. Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna go. I think what the possibilities are, though, if you're gonna just put some stuff against the wall, is Cleveland and the New York Knicks. Obviously, Cleveland has a lot of draft picks, a lot of cap space, especially if they get rid of Donovan Mitchell, if they keep him. But also the Knicks, they can pretty much move everybody except Jalen Brunson. Or that's what the Knicks would like to do anyway. So of course, bringing in LeBron would be nice. But for that to happen, they're gonna have to find a way to get Bronny there and find a way to get Anthony Davis there. I think it'll be a lot easier to get to make the Lakers do what he want to do.
Right. I think the only team, Tony, and you can talk. I know you don't think he's leaving, but 76ers have the most assets, the most actual ability to actually sign him. And that would be a great move. But you don't think, Ken, that he's going to leave at all?
Well, let me tell you something. I looked at Get Up this morning. Udonis Haslem made a good point. LeBron James runs Los Angeles. Whatever LeBron James wants, he gets. If they got to move some people out of the way and bring some people into the organization, that's what's going to happen. Anthony Davis won't stay. They might get rid of Uchimara. They might get rid of Austin Reeves or whoever. LeBron James is not leaving LA, bro. He ain't.
Okay. All right. So he's not leaving LA, but Omar, what do you think? Who would they bring in? I assume you're on the same page, Omar, that he's not leaving LA. Who do the Lakers bring in? Seeing the success of the Mavs with Kyrie, do they even regret not trying to get him there? But who could they bring in, Omar, to kind of get this back to a contender? Omar, Mr. Freeze.
I'll speak for him. Boston in 6. Boston in 6.
I mean, who?
Oh, my bad.
That's you, Omar.
I didn't know. I didn't realize. I thought it was. I don't know how I got muted. But anyways, I'm not gonna regurgitate. With probably Flo and his voodoo doll. I'm not gonna regurgitate.
Mr. Freeze.
I'm not gonna regurgitate what the boys said.
But who could they bring in? Who could LA bring in?
James is going to be back. He already said that. They could either bring in Trae Young, who they're talking about bringing in, who is also a Clutch Sports, obviously, client. Donovan Mitchell could be a target if he's been talking about
who you got coming in, man?
Cleveland. So any of those people.
He's here.
DeJounte Murray, Zach LaVine. Whoa, my jam!
It's the Broncos. Lover.
Hot take go. Hey.
Hot joke, Jake.
Hey, that man be sleeping. Hey, Jake, why you go to sleep every week, man? Every week you go to sleep.
Well, first off, I usually have an alarm clock. I have an alarm clock for 6:30 to get ready for our 7:00 pod. I didn't know that y'all span an hour early podcast on me.
We had to go early, man.
What time do you get
home in the chat, man? That's why you should pay attention to the chat every now and then.
Once I get off of work, I gotta go to sleep, guys. I've been up since 1 a.m.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right. Come on. That takes some kind of nap.
All right, let's get it from the LeBron guys. LeBron leaving LA. If he's not, who do they bring in? Go ahead.
Who's going? Go ahead, Omar. You want to finish?
You're the last one to go, man.
Top options are Young, Murray, and Zach LaVine. There you go. Okay.
Look, in my humble opinion, I think LeBron's going to stay in LA. He loves the life there. But if I'm LeBron, I know this. The last time I was in the East, I ran that show like no other. And there's nobody right now in the East that even could topple me right now.
Oh, okay.
If I'm LeBron and I want to finally put this GOAT debate to bed,
there you go.
I go to New York. And I get myself 2 to 3 more rings before retirement. The only team that can compete against me is the Boston Celtics. The only team. They're not helping Jimmy Buckets in their Miami. Giannis has been a no-show since he's won that chip. Practically fell off the face of the earth. Ain't even that guy again. So if I'm LeBron and Rich Paul, I want you to listen. Think about this.
You met with the worst opinions.
Are you kidding me, Omar? You think LeBron goes to the New York Knicks and you don't think that they got a chance at beating Yardstar?
Why the hell would he go to the New York Knicks, dude? Come on. You're talking.
He's already built a team.
Big name. It's a big name, Omar. I mean, I can kind of see that. It's a big name, but I mean,
greatest with Cleveland. He built a dynasty.
And Flo, you do this every
the Cleveland dynasty.
I'm not.
New York hasn't won a ring since 1971.
I don't even blame it on Jake anymore. This is all Flo's fault. This is all Flo's fault. We're letting him on every single week after week after week with this nonsense.
What are we talking about?
Flo, tell Omar, be real. And be real, Flo. If LeBron's on New York, are they not the favorites to win the East? Stop that, Flo.
You know what? I'm done.
I mean, they could be. I could see that. They might have not favorites. They'll be the one of the 2 or 3 favorites, I would say. Because you got
LeBron, that's what I do.
Giannis coming back, Dame. They're going to be better the second year together.
You know what?
Like Kyrie and Luka are better the second year.
Well, hold on, Flo. Let me say this. He actually has a pass. KD has gone to 2 different teams and hasn't won a chip for either one. Okay. Actually, he's been to 3 different teams and hasn't won a chip for all 3 of those teams. Come on, man. Be real. He's won one for the Lakers. He's won one for Cleveland. Everywhere he goes, he gets a ring.
An asterisk year.
Oh, stop! No, this is an asterisk year. If anything counts, this is an asterisk year.
You know when Jake is reaching. Jake is reaching when his voice gets super high.
When it gets higher.
Sound like Mike Tyson. What the hell are you doing?
Poor guy.
Because I know this, Omar, and it makes you fearful. You know, when that boy LBJ was in the East, y'all couldn't sniff a chance.
That was a long time ago when he was in his 20s.
Long time
anymore, man.
He's practically still in his prime for what he's doing right now.
I knew I shouldn't have gotten him going on the LeBron.
Now hold on, let me finish the point up. Because I think he's staying in LA, Los Angeles, and I'm being serious right now. Let me tell you something, Los Angeles. You better do everything you can to help this man because it's ridiculous the trash you've put around him. Anthony Davis.
So Jake, let me say this.
The average best player you got.
No. Jake, what is LA gonna do to empower this organization, or who they gonna bring in to make
That's
them
what I'm trying to say,
powerful and start
They
winning?
better do. They better do something.
I'm asking you.
Because you know what makes me mad more than anything? The Lakers saw Kobe practically cripple his way down. Practically fall down as he was ending his career. Couldn't get a chance to make even a finals run. Do not do the same to LeBron. Give him the help he deserves. This man is a top two, not two player in the league right now. And you're telling me that you can't give him any kind of help?
All right. All right, got to move on. I shouldn't have opened that Pandora's box.
He didn't even answer the question of who he would bring in. He did that whole long soliloquy.
I'm not going to keep giving him.
If I'm LA, and then you Paul George. I go try and get Paul George right now. I go get Paul George.
Injured Paul George
that can play defense.
Injury prone Paul George, Jake. You want that? Come play all time.
I would say Kawhi's injury. I don't know about Paul George.
I would like to say I read a report today that the Philadelphia 76ers are willing to open their budget for both Paul George and or Jimmy Butler.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, okay. Not LeBron. Not LeBron.
Get them the help, Lakers.
Here we go. Hey, let's keep going. So the Celtics end up finishing off the Pacers, limping into the Eastern Conference Finals without Halliburton. One of the easiest,
I will get off this.
One of the easiest playoff runs.
I will leave this program with this BS.
And okay, come on, okay, Omar, get off the show. We don't need you. I'm just kidding, Omar. Oh, okay, but you'll be happy to know, Omar, that Udonis Haslem had the same concerns that I did, saying that the Celtics haven't been tested. And this is one of the easiest paths to the NBA
That's
Finals.
What Haslam said. I'm talking about UD said that earlier.
Haslam. Yeah, he said that. He said that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So the Pacers, they couldn't push them to Game 5. So we'll go opposite. We'll go down and around and end up with Can. But what do you think? I know, and Jake, don't go. Be brief, okay? Let's not go into a dialogue. a long diatribe. But anyway, so I know that you believe, kind of like I do, that this is kind of one of the easiest paths that any team has gone to the finals. But could we say, though, that their regular season records does say something for them? It's not like they just kind of lucked into it. They had played well all year. They're probably going to get Porzingis back, who's a key part of that team having their success. Even though this was an easy path to the finals, don't you think they can still be formidable in the NBA Finals, Jake?
Series 1, this is all I'm going to say. Series 1, they played the Heat without Jimmy Butler. Series 2, they played the Cavaliers, who've never been promised to do anything ever since LeBron left. And now the last series, they got to see Halliburton only for 2 games. Let me tell you something. This is embarrassing. This is one of the most asterisk years I've ever seen in my life on an Eastern Conference way to go.
Omar over there.
Yeah, don't say the Western Conference because it'll be that
Omar,
bubble championship.
hold on.
You got
Omar, it's not your turn, Omar.
It's ridiculous, Flo. I'm beyond pissed about it. You want to talk about being lucky. Boy, if they did, I said it earlier, Flo. I've said it in recent weeks. If they don't win this chip this year, they'll never win one.
Okay. They don't win this year, they'll never win one?
They'll never win one with the Jason Tatum era. Because right now, I'm telling you right now, we are going from a LeBron James era. We're transitioning to a Luka / Jokic era, but
Anthony
we only got a few
Edwards?
years of those.
Anthony Edwards?
Well, here's the thing about Anthony Edwards. I think they need to let go. They need to let go of certain people. I love what Maria Fonseca said.
Carl Anthony Towns. Carl Anthony Towns need to go.
Is that Omar's
Carl Anthony
mom?
Towns need to go.
Mom, what are you doing? Don't be. Oh my goodness, what is happening?
Thank you, Omar's mom. I appreciate that.
Shout out sports professional.
As I said, let me say this last point, Flo. We went from LeBron James era. We're transitioning to a Luka Jokic era, and you only have maybe a 2 to 3 years at most of that because Wemby is on his way. So yes, I do believe Jason Tatum's window is closing fast.
All right, so Tony, do you agree with Jake that this is the year for them to win it? If they don't win it, they may never win it with this group currently assembled. And is that a concern, Tony? I mean, I know you're more objective. That they had kind of an easy path. They haven't really been tested.
Well, it's kind of a chess move. It's kind of like a chess conversation when you say that, Flo, because albeit they haven't faced a team that 100%. The Boston Celtics ain't at 100%. You know, the Boston
Wait
Celtics.
a second, Tony. Excuse me, Tony.
Omar, it's now your turn.
Someone startled me. Tony, can you say that a little louder for the people in the back that apparently don't understand that concept?
I mean, they're
their fourth best player. Okay, go ahead.
You know, albeit, but their primary move in last year's all season was to get a guy like Porzingis, you know, an elite post player. They lucked up on Drew Holiday as well. But Porzingis was the guy, and Drew has played big as well. You know, as far as if you want to say they've gotten some compensation for the Porzingis injury. Drew Holiday has stepped up, Derek White has stepped up. But my thing is that it isn't really an asterisk for me because Porzingis hasn't been involved. I will say this: the Jays have had historic meltdowns, you know, against teams, injured teams. They have not done that this postseason run, so just give them a little credit. You know what credit is due. Getting to the NBA Finals is not easy. They could have flamed out easily, you know, in one of these rounds. So they did what they're supposed to do up until this point,
right?
And it's just about getting us last 4 wins. Can you get these last 4?
Right. And so that's not a concern. They haven't been tested, Tony. Is that what you're saying? That's not a concern.
I would say that in this 8 years that we've had with the Jays, they've been tested. They battled LeBron. They battled the Jimmy Butler, a Super Saiyan Jimmy Butler. So they've been tested. I'm scared of them going against Luka and Kyrie. And as hot as Luka and Kyrie has been in the finals, I know
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay. So Omar, go ahead. You've been kind of ignoring us until you hear something you like. You've been kind of reading a book over there, being a little rude. So what do you think, Omar? If you don't want to talk, we'll go to Cam. Is there any concern in Celtics land that they haven't been tested, or it's just like we don't care, we're good, we don't care?
I was just consulting my The Bottom Line Sports rules book on, and
you have the rules book there. Okay,
I'm citing Chapter 5, Rule 13.c.
Okay,
that says that any member of the Bottom Line Sports show may petition to have another member removed if their opinion is horrible and we find somebody better. And I think Tony,
but I think it is majority rules. I think we all have to agree.
I vote
against that member,
Tony, and I vote hot take Jake off the
man, y'all doing
we can't do that. And my vote counts twice. Read the next paragraph. My vote counts twice.
Nice.
Anyways, let me be real. Y'all, I'm sick and tired of this. I'm tired of this argument. The argument is it's illogical and irrational on its face. As Tony said, not only have we proved ourselves, we've been to 5 out of the last 7 Eastern Conference Finals, 2 out of the 3 last finals. If you're saying we're not battle tested by now, I don't know how much more battle tested you want us to
year to year, Omar.
We play every team 2 times per season. We played every team.
But you do have you've never addressed you have a losing record against the top teams in the West.
What is
you're talking about the regular season?
I
don't know. You talk about the regular season all the time, saying we had a great regular season.
Road trips where sometimes you just need some little R&R. Maybe you get to LA, you see some fine ladies, you decide not to go to sleep till 3 in the morning, and then you lose to LeBron James' old ass. It just happens sometimes.
What do you think? What do you think, Ken? Is there any concern for the Celtics fans that they have not been tested this playoff season? They haven't been able. All the teams have lost the top player, or they've been injured.
I'll be honest, man. The Celtics have played Let me start.
You say phenomenal.
The Celtics have played phenomenal basketball.
Oh, you're gone.
You got to give it up to the Celtics. They have played
phenomenal.
You cannot allow to stay phenomenal, Canteen, on this show 500 times. Everybody's phenomenal when you can.
Then when I start telling the truth, you get mad.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying everything's phenomenal. Everything's not phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
I knew you were going phenomenal route.
Are the Celtics that bad, Flo? That's the question.
I'm not saying
are
they're
the Celtics that
Look,
bad in your eyes?
They are a quality team. This year they are a top 4 team in the NBA, top 3. You can even argue top 2. But what I'm saying is, I haven't really been tested this year, and that's been the knock on Tatum. Is that when he gets under actual duress, when he has to play, okay.
Can I speak? Let me speak.
Go ahead.
You're spoken enough. Shut up. Let me speak.
No, okay.
Do you think the Celtics can win the final this year? That's the question.
Well, that's the next question. You're getting ahead of me, but we can go.
Hold on, I want to ask this real quick.
Okay. No. You can't ask questions. You can't ask.
If the Celtics were in the West, are they the number 1 seed?
Yes.
Shut the hell up.
How many games they win? How many games they win?
No.
How many games they win?
Answer the question, Flo. They win. Are they number 1 seed?
They're the number 1 seed in the NBA.
You know you play every team at least twice, right, Jake? You do know that, right?
And you do know there's only
a few other teams that you can play.
They're like 2-11 against the top teams in the West.
You play every team twice.
You're telling me if they had that West schedule, they would win. They would still have that. They would still lead. In the West. When you got the Nuggets, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, the Lakers, you got these juggernauts.
All right, Jake. Go. Since you want to talk, Jake. So it looks like we're going down to the Mavs Celtics. If that's the scenario, and it appears that's where we're going.
Who's the best team? Period. Who's the best team?
Okay, Canteen.
Who's the best team?
Go ahead, Can. What do you want to say?
Don't talk.
Go ahead. What do you want to say?
Who's the best team? That's all I'm asking.
Let them know.
I don't know. Right now, the Mavs are to me.
Bless them, Canteen. Bless them.
All right. Hey, Jake. Look, listen. It looks like we're headed to a Mavs versus Celtics. if that's the scenario, if that happens, we'll talk and see if we think the T-Wolves have a chance, and most people don't. But Mavs Celtics, what would that look like to you, Jake? Is that a 7-game series, 6-game series, or what do you think about a Mavs Celtics NBA Finals, Jake?
This is such an asterisk of a year for the Celtics, because then you get to play the Mavs, who probably are, to me, the Mavs wouldn't have beat the Nuggets. It took the Timberwolves to beat the Nuggets. And it just hurts my heart now to see that the Celtics get to fly by and win this asterisk ring, this lollipop ring. And yet we have to hear Omar scream. So if the Celtics win, and they should win this series against the Mavs,
hearing your crap every
Instagram,
week.
We might use you on Instagram, but I'm just letting you know.
In 5 weeks, hold on, the Celtics should win that series in 5. Honestly, if they don't and they lose,
they should win in 5.
Talk about the Celtics ever again.
Okay,
it's embarrassing.
So that Celtics should win in 5.
They should win this series in 5 coming.
No, I'm talking about the next one.
Yeah. The next one. They already swept the Pacers.
Hey Tony, I have a question for you.
What you got, Professor?
You're not allowed to ask questions.
How embarrassing was that bubble championship a couple years ago?
It was asterisk embarrassing.
You're talking about the toughest championship, the top 2 toughest championships ever done?
I don't count
it. You don't count it? Oh, he don't even count it. Oh,
I don't count it, bro. I'm sorry, Jake.
I'm a championship.
I'm an athlete myself, man. You know, and I ain't competing at a professional level, but it's something to say when you walk into your opponent's gym and you got to be heckled and hassled and still got to get a win.
Instead of a quiet ass auditorium.
Yeah, you know, they funneling the noise in. Come on, man.
They got me, Tony, and Ken on the LED screen. Cheers.
I gotta agree with these guys there, Jake. I mean, I know you're trying to say this is an asterisk championship, but that was an asterisk championship for sure.
Yeah,
no,
this
is
one,
about to be.
This is solid.
You know better.
Tony,
what do you think? You smarter than a 5th grader, right, Jake? You smarter than a 5th grader. Don't do that, Jake. Don't do that.
Tony. What does the Mavs Celtics NBA Finals look like to you?
I haven't heard that.
Is it 5 games like Jake says?
I think a Mavs and Celtics game, it goes 6.
Who I think?
What'd you say, Ken? Yeah, I got Boston in 6. Boston got a top 5 defense. They got a top 5 defense.
Wow.
And they got a top 5 offense. My thing is this, though. Is this. I had Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves, you know, steamrolling the Mavs. Kyrie and Luka, when it comes down to those last,
a lot of people
when it comes down to the last 3 to 5 minutes in the game, I don't know if, man. Hopefully, I'm praying for Boston because Luka start getting hot, Kyrie start doing all those crazy layups. It's like, bro, there's no defense for Luka.
Under the rim finisher, like I said on your show, he's the best under the rim finisher.
I agree. And Luka and Kyrie are doing this to the number 1 defense, Omar. This is something you got to be worried about, Professor. They dismantling the number 1 defense. Y'all are number 3. So, you know.
But there's a slight difference because the Wolves are a lot more inexperienced, as we know. And
they're in a tougher conference, too.
And I believe they've run out of gas. I just believe Anthony Edwards is, his tank is empty. And I believe that the rest of the players aren't helping as much either. I agree. I believe Celtics in 6.
Okay.
So I agree with the boys.
Okay. Celtics in 6 for you. Okay.
And by the way,
Porzingis
revenge and the whole Boston Celtics organization revenge on Kyrie's punk ass. Let's go.
Wow. And I was going to say that, Canteen. I thought that would be the best storyline is Kyrie coming back to Boston. And you know, that's a great storyline.
If y'all will let me back, I'll come back and play for you. And then he leaves the next offseason. Hell out of here, Kyrie. You're a liar, you're a cheater, and you're a scumbag, Kyrie.
Okay. All right. So, Ken, what do you think Cavs Celtics looks like? How many games? What do you think? Mavs Celtics. I think I said Cavs, but Mavs. Mavericks versus Celtics. What do you think, Ken? Come on,
man. Boston is 6, bro. Boston is 6, man.
6. Oh, wow.
I said Boston is 6. I told you.
Okay. So I'm going to be the only one going to go the other way. I think the Mavs, and I think Kyrie going back to Boston, I think that's going to be big for him. I think he wants to win. Kyrie has matured a lot. I've seen a lot of maturity in them this year. And could we say that Luka, if he wins the NBA championship, we could start arguing him as the best player in the NBA, as the number one player in the NBA?
Hell no.
He's the top scorer in the NBA, that's for sure. You don't think so, Tony? You can't argue for him.
He's got to win some MVPs.
I'm gonna say this. I'll say this. There's a lot of speculation about who's the face of the league. I think if Luka wins the championship, he's the face of the league. All that American stuff gonna go out the window. Luka has the game to be the face of the league.
The personality too. And the personality.
He got a lot of dog in him. I think the accent might work, but outside of that, people love watching Luka play. He packs houses. So
I'm gonna go Mavs in 6 on this one. I think the Mavericks, they have 2 closers, and I don't think the Celtics have one real closer in a tight game. They have. I said this before in your show. I said this before in your show, Tony. You know, Tatum and Brown, they're both 2 players. They're 1B players. They're not that one player, that top player that you need on your team. They're both 1-2s trying to be the one position, in my opinion. And I think they're really good 2s. I think they're 2s that could play the one on any team that doesn't have a 1. But I think that they struggle, especially Tatum, in tight situations. He hasn't really been tested. I think the Mavs, or even, you know, if by chance the Timberwolves come back, but I think either one of those teams are going to test him, and you know, it's going to be closer games with tougher competition, I believe. So I think I would take probably the Mavs in 6 in that scenario.
So I would have gave the Mavs a better chance too, but here's the thing: you don't think of the whole rest is going to help the Celtics out?
The whole West? What do you mean?
The whole rest. I believe the Celtics
are
resting now.
Well,
I think Timberwolves win tonight. They're not going out in 4.
Okay, you think the Timberwolves? Okay, that's fair. It could play a part, but at the same time, what, rest over rust? I mean, it could be that they're sitting so long, and the Mavs are they're in playoff mode. They could come back, and if they take game 1, they can always rest in game 2. If they take game 1, really, they could take a game off in game 2. Or game 3.
So Jay, who you think
whatever the case may be? I'm just saying, if they win a game in Boston, they can take one of those as a win and take a day. You know, especially if they win game 1, I feel like they could kind of take, not necessarily. I'm sure they want to win game 2, but they can feel like, hey, they've done their job by winning one in Boston.
And then to add on, I believe Kyrie has the motivation for that comeback.
I agree.
I think it's the opposite. I don't think the Celtics are motivated by that. I think Kyrie's motivated.
What do you think, Tony? Kyrie, is he motivated going back to Boston if that's what ends up happening?
I believe he'd be more motivated to show them, this is what y'all lost. Good luck. Sorry I had to leave y'all because I knew y'all would never win anything.
What do you think, Tony?
I like using a little real-time evidence, and we seen he accepted the challenge when Anthony Edwards called him out. So,
okay, yeah, that's true.
Kyrie is a pupil of Kobe. We all know Kobe loved getting his get back. So, Kyrie's not as vocal about those kind of things, but I think us watching in real time how he's going at Anthony Edwards and really, you know, put this young man in his spot. Boston could be next.
Yeah. And what about guys?
Because I can't stand this ring.
Well, I'm just saying, Bo. I know what you're saying, but I'm saying they could see it as a win if they take one in Boston. They would try to win game 2, but obviously you win one in Boston, and you could take a little bit of a break in that scenario. You know, knowing that you have a game in Boston already. But so let's talk about this. You go around the horn. I don't care who goes first, but just take turns, guys. What about this? What kind of chance do we give the T-Wolves to even make this maybe a 5 or 6 game series? I think that we all agree that could be a 5 game series, but is there any chance they could make it a 6 or 7 game series? Whoever wants to go first.
Let me say this, Flo. Let me say this, man. I'll go first, man. I think Rudy Gobert, Karl Anthony Towns, and all those guys step up. Not just Edwards. If those guys step up, they can make it interesting. They can win tonight, take it back to Boston, take it back wherever it's going to be. But like
they'll go back to Minnesota game 5.
Minnesota.
They can make it interesting if they win tonight. If they don't win tonight, it's over.
Well, of course it's over. If they don't win.
Minnesota, that's what I'm saying. So, they got to play. They got to play.
Right.
And they put all pressure on Edwards.
But could they make it interesting, like 6, maybe 7 games? At 6 at the least. What do you think?
I believe it is going 6.
Oh, go ahead.
Maybe 6 at a minimum. Maybe 6, man.
Because they're winning tonight, and there ain't no damn way Anthony Edwards is going to let you beat him on his floor for this final game.
Okay.
So if they win tonight, it's going 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think, Tony?
I think if Anthony Edwards and Cat, I think Cat is kind of hiding in the criticism right now. Cat is supposed to be the number 2. Ain't really playing like a number 2, not hitting any threes like he traditionally does. I'd much rather him go in the paint a little bit more, me personally, but we need 30 from Cat. I need 24, 25 from I need 30 from Anthony Edwards, and I need Anthony Edwards to close too, man. It's like when they get down to the stretch, Mike Conley start taking shots, Naj Reid taking those last minute shots. It's like, no, we need, if you're gonna be the next Michael Jordan, let's get it. These are the
Right. Okay.
Yeah, Omar, I think they can make it 6. I think.
Okay. It's possible. I mean, of course, it starts with tonight. Omar, do you think this can stretch out to 6, or is it either they win tonight or maybe it goes 5 and that's about it, Omar?
I mean, I agree they win tonight. I think they want to at least have some sort of pride and getting a gentleman's sweep at the least. Could I see it going 6? Yeah, but at this point, it'd be a tremendous mountain to climb for them to come all the way back. I see them winning tonight, but I still think Dallas goes to the finals.
Okay. Ken, what you got? Any chance? Oh, you went first, right?
Yeah, I went first.
Or no? Okay. What'd you say? They can make it. They'd have to win tonight, of course, and they could possibly push it to 6. Anybody have any opinions that it could possibly push it to 7? There's any chance of that?
Maybe slight possibility.
Slight, okay.
If Adam Silver needs a bill paid, he might get to 7. But
I mean, Anthony Edwards, he said they're going to make history. I know Jake talked about the Lakers making history when they were down 0-3 or whatever it was against the Nuggets. I think they have a chance to make this a 7-game series. I feel like the Mavericks I don't see them losing 4 in a row, especially with Kyrie and Luka are playing. So I could see it going 6. 7, man, that would be tough for me to see that, but I could see it going at least 6. Timberwolves are just too big of a hole right now against a team that's playing very well. Go ahead, Tony.
Luka's got that lingering, knee and ankle and foot.
They were talking about he might miss today or something.
Yeah, they've been saying that since last series that he's kind of just taking it game by game. With the OKC. So if that lingering issue starts becoming a problem for him, then they definitely. If the Timberwolves smell blood and take advantage of it.
Right, yeah. And that's why I think they could win
tonight.
Shocker,
somebody else getting hurt for the Celtics run.
Wow.
My God.
Easiest run ever. No, I think if the Porzingis come back and they don't have Luka, then it might be embarrassing.
Okay. All right, guys. Any final words for the folks out there?
I hope if the Celtics win it all,
I'll be hanging out in the for y'all, bro.
That says 2024 champions, because it's going to be just fake.
Okay, so you're saying you hope they win it because it would be a disappointment?
Nothing.
So it's all set up for the Celtics to win. Is that what you're saying, Jake?
If they win, I don't want Omar coming in screaming like they beat the toughest road.
Tony, I'll be putting up a vote this evening after we get off. Don't worry.
Sorry, I speak facts, Omar.
Hey, Omar, listen. We all know hot take Jake speaks facts. We all know that.
Joke, all right. He's a joke. It's a horrible joke.
Jake.
Replaying to the fans over and over and over. I'm sure our fans are getting very sick and tired of it.
No, what I do is you're bringing real perspectives rather than this fanboy Omar is screaming about the Celtics.
He's a little bit of a fanboy right now.
Come on, man.
I can see him.
Lakers in 45!
Year 22.
Wow. All right. Appreciate everybody. Hit that like, share, subscribe, like button. Appreciate Tony coming on the show. Tony, thanks for coming on the show. Appreciate you. And man, we'll see you next time on the Bottom Line Sports. Hey, we got out of here, baby.